trying to get there. You good? Fucking bitch.
I'm not getting any answers.
I get the guild to play, so I don't mind if just grabbing Mishi and hitting us and whoever to play. You can be Budo or whatever, but yeah. Doesn't matter anyway.
Out of that. I don't know why the Great Talon.
Ceremony. But the elves are already long gone, aren't they?
That one is fucking gone.
Yes. These spirits are the elves who died in the war with our ancestors long ago.
Fuck! I don't know why I bother going in to try to fucking help people. It never fucking ends.
That looks really heavy. Leave it here.
Oh,
Worry
man.
about your stuff and enjoy your time.
Fucking hate them to die.
If you carry the worries of the world,
Are you a
shoulders will
traveler?
eventually fall
Or
to the
me?
ground. So if you're- If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders, you'll eventually fall to the ground.
In our farm.
Hey, has anyone seen Morin? Morin the dye dealer? You haven't met him either? Yet another false lead. How hard could it be to find one dye merchant? Marin is the only one who sells paper dye. Sure, he's just busy. It'd be faster to pick my own paper flowers than waste more time searching. Ha! Here we go again. Paper flowers only bloom by the Bracant Manor. Are you sure you can get in there? Sure. I'll just ask some adventurers then.
Do you even know when the flowers bloom?
Well, I'll know if I just wait long enough, right?
If it were that easy, why would everyone be looking for Marin? Just take it easy.
I mean, she's down to play tomorrow. He's hit or miss with these kind of games usually, so he's gonna look at Amishi first and then make the decision. Yeah.
So fun just getting trucked by this one fucking guy.
Did you guys want me to hop on or?
Doesn't look like anyone wants to token burn.
Richard, so I'm gonna sell everything, but the boots and the chest.
Brother! Why are you carrying so much stuff?
Uh-oh.
Leave some
Your
of it
bag
here.
is hard.
But everything was like Dread Admiral boots and some unique cape and whatever. The spectral overseer.
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders,
I don't know. I can't even get rid of things
some of
fast
it
anyways,
is
so
you'll be free.
send you your stuff first and then I'll sell the rest.
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders, you'll eventually fall to the ground.
In terms of selling?
It's tough to survive around here if your equipment isn't good enough.
Well, you tell me. You tell me.
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders, you'll eventually fall to the ground. Leave some of your items with me and be free.
Uh-oh. Your bag is hard.
It's tough to survive around here if your equipment isn't good enough. Come here and let me... Hey now, you're not going to get very far with shotting.
Brother! Why are you carrying?
Are you a traveler?
Or some of it's here.
Hey now, you're not going to get very far with shoddy looking equipment. Get over here and get some...
I can't send it right now. I have to wait till maintenance. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's tough to survive around here if your equipment isn't good enough.
So like on, I'll get 100 ink
Are you a traveler? Or maybe...
by Thursday. And then I can send you both, whatever.
Oh, there's nothing like a job well done. Try a contract?
It's incredible. Crazy timing.
Necklace.
We're all going to die!
Min, you tried to sacrifice us so
What were you looking for? Do you want to see
I need
Find special weapons
Everything else fucks my stats.
Hi-ho! A Hanzo-crafted weapon would be perfect for a young adventurer like yourself.
Brand. Total. What? Total nonsense.
Look at this fucking shiv. He's 27, 37 and 2. Like, look at this. Where is he? Look at this fucking nonsense. Or he's 25 and fucking 2. He completely trucked our entire fucking team.
Only way is to spot those guys earlier and fucking.
No, there's no spotting anybody earlier. This is fucking. This guy's clearly like a fucking way higher fucking rank. Because this game does a ridiculous job of fucking rating people and placing people in like decent
Or
lobbies.
maybe an adventurer?
I think it's also
Either way, you should be
population.
well
Isn't
prepared.
that why?
There's no other shelter around here.
Find one diamond.
The sound of a wind chime keeps away bad luck.
Sure, he's just...
I used to keep plenty around, but they just weren't selling.
It'd be faster to pick my own paypal flowers than waste more time searching.
You know, wind chimes used to be pretty popular. They're simple, made by hand by the villagers.
Paypal flowers only bloom by the Burkant Manor. Are you sure you can get in there?
Are you a traveler? Or maybe an adventurer? The better prepared you are, the better off you'll be.
Flowers bloom.
Well, I'll know if I wait long enough.
Thanks to the resistance, it's safe enough for us to work here. Isn't the resistance really great? You know, wind chimes used to be pretty popular. They're simple, made by hand by the villagers.
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders, you'll eventually fall to the ground. Leave some of your items with me and be free.
Black Anvil Forge, Vacant Manor, and Crimson Manor contracts. I got plenty.
You held a contract scroll in your hand.
Some contracts are anonymous, but even nameless clients are grateful for our help. Hoping to do something good? Try one of these. Some contracts are anonymous, but even nameless clients are grateful for our help.
People want 4 gifts instead of 3.
Contract management is just my day job. I still moonlight as an adventurer. But don't tell my wife.
They were saying that they want 4 lanes for Deadlock.
What are you talking about?
Think I've taken care of 3,300 contracts to date? How about you?
It's like randoms.
What are you reading? The Reddit?
Yeah.
Only thing better than a happy client? A happy client offering a reward.
Yeah, I honestly think that the last bunch of changes have been like,
Hoping to do
they haven't
something
made
good?
the game any better.
Try one of these.
Like, I don't know. It's like a matter of preference, but like at least you had the option of laning solo lane if you wanted to and shit like this. I don't know if it's declining population or whatever. The matchmaking like continues to get worse. And I don't know if it's just because there isn't as many players in the game or what the fucking deal is, but the matches are overwhelmingly like you're either 30k up or you're 30k down. There's like no in between. Like none of the games are like, oh, that was a 50-minute like fucking, it was close the entire way through. It's like a 20-minute route every fucking game.
can't even download this game if you don't have it. Like, you're not invited. Forgot about that.
If you want to use the breeze line, please
Deadlock,
take the
deadlock.
lift. If you're in the resistance,
Yeah.
it's free.
Yeah. Not that we know, but I'm just saying, like, in other people's gaming circles, they might not. None of them might have it. Because if they didn't get one person to get it, then they all can't play it, basically.
If you carry the worries of the
How did we get in? I know it was you, Richard, but
leave it here.
how did you get the original invite?
You haven't met him
It
either.
was Richard, right? Not me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you carry the worries of the world,
Yeah?
have some of your items with me and be free.
Marin is the only one.
How did Amish
Yeah.
get it? Like, how do people get it originally?
I'll pay for
That's-
flowers.
Uh-oh.
They waste more time
Your bag
searching.
is guarded. More with you when you're out adventuring. Are you a member of a guild?
Oh. Black Anvil's
I
Ward
see
for
you
Kent's Manor and Crimson Manor contracts. I got
Hey
plenty.
now, you're not going to get very far with shoddy looking.
Some adventurous day.
If you carry the
even
worries
know
of the
when the
world,
flowers
show
bloom?
will eventually fall to the ground. Some of your items with me and be free.
Well, I'll know.
Uh-oh.
Long enough.
Your bag is guarded.
If it was that. What are you looking for Marin? Just take it easy.
Brother, why are you carrying so
Are you a traveler? Or maybe
Hey now, you're not going to get very far with shoddy looking.
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders,
Are you a traveler? Or maybe an adventurer? Either way, you should be well prepared. There's no other shelter.
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance, it's free.
Whoa, this is so high.
This is the breeze line to Thorntree Mountains.
Get a drink.
What am I going to do? I can't go there myself.
anyone up for a little competition with me?
Well,
Well,
our girls,
Nothing like a
like
job
he's a
well
skin.
done. Quite the list of contracts,
Shall I
eh?
show you my
What are you
way?
talking about? You fucking pay and you get cookies. How could it be a scam?
Like what I mean is like I always buy a bunch when if they show up.
Okay. And then you eat
Then I'm
them
like-
and what, you get fat and you die and that's their scam?
No, the scam is like I buy them because I feel like the kid's gonna make the money or whatever, win some. I don't know.
Well, no, Girl Guides makes the money.
What do? They provide that. Is it a club? or like
Actually,
the
Girl
kids?
Guides is actually that's a funny as you say that. I'm pretty sure Girl
Uh-oh.
Guides is
Your
a
bag is
for-profit
far too
company,
light.
by the way. So
More with you when you're out of adventure.
essentially, they're
You
doing
carry-
child slavery.
Welcome. What
I
are
just
you going
that's
to
what I mean.
show?
I feel like I'm always when this kid comes up to me, I'm like I'm doing charity.
It's not a charity. I'm fairly certain it's not a charity. Both Scouts and Girl Guides are guides or whatever they are now is for-profit
We're all
companies.
going to die.
And it's not like I'm paying like I'm not giving guys money so that they can.
Are you a
That they're-
traveler?
But yeah,
like,
they
the
say
kids
like
are
a
going for
portion
free.
of it. Yeah, I know. They say a portion of it goes towards like having like kids camps and stuff that the kids can do and stuff like this.
Waste
But
more time
Mhm.
searching.
But the kids still have to pay.
there's
to be
also
part of the
like
camp.
there's also like a CEO to the company that gets paid and shit like this.
Far
Right?
too
So,
light. You should take more with you when you're out of adventure.
Paper flowers only bloom by the
what's fucked up is how Girl Scouts or sorry Scouts and Girl Guides compete. They're like competing agencies. So Scouts used to be boys only, but they like a couple of years ago started accepting girls, and Girl Guides obviously love that. And I just found that whole dynamic very funny. Yeah, however they don't. And I think there would be some level of backlash.
The world's not equal. That's fine.
It's definitely
Boy
not-
Scouts can have girls, but Girl Guides can have boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what Girl Guides need to be the same girls, but Boy Scouts need to be the boys.
There's a fucking. I always laugh at this. There's a big society, women in mining. It's a big thing. They have conventions and there's like more mining companies need to hire women. Could you imagine if there was a men in mining convention? How that would fucking go over?
Chaos. I've also never seen, I haven't yet seen the plus-sized male model. Like,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
H&M or something.
That's true. These guys are always fucking ripped and fucking good looking and shit. Dad bods.
I'm not even expecting the model. I was expecting like the mannequin. There's not even a mannequin.
Oh my god, that was the funniest thing. So in the Dominican Republic, their mannequins all have the biggest fucking tits. I mean, I've never seen it like this anywhere else. And mannequins all have huge fucking like triple D's. It's nuts. I went past the store. Like they literally have like mannequins on this outside their store wearing like clothes and stuff like this, right? I did a double take. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like every store that I went to beyond that just like had the same fucking mannequin like this.
Nothing like a quite a list of contracts, eh?
Shall
You
I
can
show you
handle
my
it.
wares then?
Crazy timing.
All set? Best of luck out there.
Brother! Welcome! What are you going to store today? Don't worry about
Hey now, you're not going to get very far with shoddy-looking equipment. Get over here and get some proper gear. Don't be a slob and leave things up to chance. Check and make sure you aren't missing any equipment you might need. You really want to know more about that place? Few people come back from there, so no one really knows too much about it.
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders, you'll eventually fall to the ground. Leave some of your items with me and be free. Human objects are very interesting. Toby loves this job.
Hi! Has anyone seen Morin? Morin the dye dealer?
There are so many scary monsters in our dominion. Keep your stuff safe in our storage. No fees, nothing lost. I can't understand how there are so many people who still don't store their goods.
You haven't met him either? It's another false lead.
Leave your materials. I'll fetch them for you whenever they're needed.
How hard could it be to find one dye merchant?
Marin is the only one who sells paper dye.
Leave your materials.
Sure, he's just
I'll
busy.
fetch them for you whenever they're needed.
It'd be faster to pick my own paper flowers than waste more time searching. Ha! Here we go again.
There are so many scary monsters in our dominion. Keep your stuff safe in our
Paper
storage.
flowers only bloom by the Burkant Manor. Are you sure you can get in there?
No fees,
I'll
nothing
just have
lost.
some adventurous
I
day.
can't understand how there are so many people who still don't store their goods.
Do you even know when the flowers bloom?
Well, I'll know if...
There are so many
Oh, no.
scary monsters in our dominion. Keep your stuff safe in our storage.
If it were that easy, why would everyone be looking for Marin? Just take it easy.
There are so many scary monsters in our dominion. Keep your stuff safe in our storage. There are so many... Welcome! What are you going to store today? Have a nice day!
I'm really full. Here, thanks some more.
to do? I can't go there myself. Strange. I'm still not hearing anything.
There's nothing like a job well done. Want to try a contract?
Are you able to carry all those coins?
Quite the list of contracts, eh? You can handle them. All set? Best of luck out there.
Are you a trap? Come again. Next time. Do you happen to need some?
Here, this is the item. Do you like?
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders, you'll eventually fall to the ground. Leave some of your items with me and be free. That looks really heavy. Leave it here. Don't worry about your stuff and enjoy your time.
There's nothing like a job well done. Quite a list of contracts, eh? All set? Best of luck out there.
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance, it's free.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck?
I know.
That's fucked
He's
up.
not allowed to leave here.
This is the breeze line to Thorntree Mountains.
It's definitely fucked up.
Right. Now Bram's gone. I don't have to hurt his head with our drama. I know they don't like it. Yeah, I made Trip apologize. And he did. And he actually even apologized to me for having to deal with it. I was like, kind of taken back. And he told Bronx, like, when he gets offended or angry, he just like says all this shit to make you as angry as possible. And he shouldn't have done that, and he did so. So it was just like, it was actually way more sincere than I thought it'd be. You know, I thought it was gonna be like borderline. Yeah, you know, almost like at best I was expecting like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, like, yeah, but it was actually a lot of sorries. Great. Trap informed me, not Trap, Issa, because it's Issa Trap, but anyways, Issa informed me how I need to communicate with Trap, or taught me how to communicate with Trap to lessen her from lashing out. Yeah, it's not getting on her bad side, but because she's not lashing out at me. She's not saying anything to me, right? Like, she's never directly, like, fuck you or whatever, but she's just doing crazy things in guild chat and whatever. But ever since I've been talking to her the way he suggested, it's been like, it's been better, even for Cypher. So maybe, I don't know. I have to learn how to communicate with that, which is fine. That's fine by me. And then the whole trap with like even bringing you up and stuff, like it wasn't about you. Obviously, it was just about how she doesn't communicating with her. She doesn't like being told what to do. She doesn't being so I asked Yusuf, like, how am I supposed to tell her or ask her what to do, or ask her to do something without asking her to do something and telling her what to do. And he's just like, just going, because he says that apparently the way I type and stuff like that is very can be cold and condescending, and then she feels like an asshole when I type. But I don't come off that way when I'm in voice chat, so okay. Well, I mean, if that's how she feels, I don't know if I actually come off like that or not, but apparently in voice chat it's better, so I talk to her in voice chat only. And when I ask her to do something, I say, I really need help with this. Do you think you can help me with it? And that solved everything in chat. So easy peasy, hopefully, for now. Then I met with Wongs for his reasoning of the loop, and it wasn't misreading. It was miscommunication on his end, and not writing things out properly on his end, and but he still thinks that regardless of that, his points are still valid. And he sent us a screenshot of Cat Cafe, and Cat Cafe did have the stipulation of all Arc Boss loot. But the problem was that was not included in the screenshot of what Cypher received from Annie earlier, like a month ago. And that's not how the current time is. We all agreed on this. Like, that argument from him of how it's written, it doesn't exist anymore. Like, he knows that's not valid. But he is saying that because they had like a philosophical debate, because Cypher's on the opposite end. She doesn't like the rule that Huang's had initially. He wants all our peace Arc Boss to go to the party, right? Okay. And then Cypher is saying like that's not being a team player, that's not being in a guild. We're already taking the weapon, they should still get the armor. But he bring up all these points that was really like made me convinced when I was alone with him, but I couldn't copy the way he said it to Cypher, right? So I made him say Cypher in front of me. Then what he said, and I'm still not very good at saying this as convincingly as he is, but it was like our statics are providing 60 to 80% of the peace loot in general. Arc Boss and World Boss. You go through it all. OG decent. And besides the rare drop that comes from Hope's group and or Yami's group, that makes up pretty much all the peace drops. So everyone else basically is not getting peace drops. Unless they get RNG. So it's obviously there's a trend, and we're only 18 people or whatever, 24 people, something like that, compared to their like 50 people, right? And we're getting, of the OG desync, it's 60 to 80% of the drops. So we are actually funding the other 50 people the drops that would have been ours when it comes to Peace, World Boss, or Arc Boss. Right? And I was like, that okay. And what do you mean? 50-50. Oh no, sorry, it's not 50-50 because of what were they in the guild for the Queen Valandir thing? Yeah, 66-33. Yeah. Yeah, so he's saying that we are being guild friendly, because Cypher was saying we're not being guild friendly if we do it Huang's way. And Huang's is saying we are being guild friendly because we are sharing the Peace World Boss stuff. And on top of that, all the stuff that goes for DKP. Yeah. And Cypher thinks that's too selfish. It's not selfish because, like, if he wanted to be selfish, he would be taking even the Peace World Boss. Like, that's the more extreme situation. Like, he technically it would be the Peace World Boss. He is being guild-like by allowing the Peace World Boss stuff to be guild-wide. And the Goonie people are actually reaping the benefits off of us, the OG desync people. Because they're getting drops that they normally don't get.
I think what he's saying is that we're contributing more to getting those drops than they are.
Yeah, and then he said, and then I said, like something about Cypher said, but basically it ended up to a point where he said, if he was in Boba Tea and just geared to the teeth and doing well, he would be okay with just everything DKP because everyone's contributing the same amount. So then Cypher noticed that. So it's not about being in a guild or not being in a guild. It's about Huang's feels that they're shitters. And he doesn't feel good. Like carrying them. Or yeah. Yeah. Yes. So, but then at the same time, like, Cypher said, like, if they had been more, because she's against it, right? She was against it, but then there's a lot of shit we're dealing with, so much random shit, and they're not really being helpful. They're actually like creating more shit from shit. Okay, so Cypher was like, if they had been more on board with like actually aiding us and actually doing all these things, then like I would be much more adamant against you. But at this point, because it's very difficult, I'm okay with changing it to what you want. That's what Memes was yelling in the background. Actually, they were fighting, but that was what Memes yelled in the background. It's like, it's only been a week and a half. We can't just screw them over now. Like, Yeah. The it is yeah, I can understand, like, yeah, it's only been 1 week. Because Memes was saying this while we were talking, so I heard this, that point of view as well. And my counterpoint of view is like, I made a mistake by allowing them too much say. I was too considerate. I was trying to be too considerate, too accommodating, and too fair, and too transparent in the beginning. And now what that has caused us is that we have too many opinions going on with no clear head. No, that's different. But and so, like, whenever we bring up a point and we argue about it, there's too many people talking who don't know how to communicate properly, or don't have the same, I don't even know what to say, like, not respect, but understanding of where we're all coming from. For example, when I'm trying to say something, I'm never trying to actually target anybody. I'm not even presenting my own ideas. I'm presenting people's ideas and trying to find the common ground, you know? And then, but I'm being misinterpreted. And so they start arguing against me for the thing I just said. So, like, I'm in favor of A, and they're like, why are you in favor of B? I'm in favor of A. And I'll be like, I fucking just said I'm in favor of an A. And then they're like, oh my god, da 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 da. And they're like, fine, we'll do B. I don't know. And then I start saying, like, no, we should do A. And then, like, someone else would be like, yeah, HTK's been trying to say A. And then, like, Halion will come in with C, D, and E. And, like, and C, D, and E, like, they're new ideas, but, and they're not wrong ideas either. Totally valid. So, like, now I'm kind of like, oh shit, D, but then we've already had this confusing part about A and B. You know, so it's just super messy like this because too many people have an opinion. Yeah, and now, and then not only the clicks part, like, there's inadequate clicks, you know what I mean? So, that's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna take Issa, and I'm gonna put him in leadership, so that there's not just 3-on-1. It's 3-on-2, when barely Huang's is there. Then, no, because if I don't mind losing to Cypher, but I do mind losing to, like, some craziness. Yeah,
oh, you look quite the professional. I'm sure I've got some
and
contracts.
Huang's will just agree with either of us, and then it's over. Right? Like, if needed. If I lose, there'll be a majority vote, 5 of us. And if we want a dictator, we can. We still have that right with Huang's on our side. If it's something like it needs to be like that or something, but I doubt it from now on. So I'm gonna put those 5 in leadership. I'm gonna put Halion in the War Council.
Where could you possibly
Like, his job will be all, like, the strategies and stuff like that. He's pretty good at it. He communicates well with the Alliance, even though he talks a lot. And, like, that's a good role for him. And he's actually, so far, says really smart things. It's just, he could have said it in 2 minutes, but it takes 20 minutes. That's all. That's the only downside, but it's not, I don't think negatively of him, other than the talking too long. And then everyone else will be just being delegated roles. The officer chat will be reformed, and I will put in the rules of what officers are responsible for, which is just disseminating the information that leadership puts in there, or officers will be giving us information that they're hearing from the guild, or leadership is giving them a task to do. That's pretty much it. And then all the policies and everything else is just being done by leadership. Final say. Yeah, and yeah, it's a little less collaborative, but at least they have Yami and Issa there, and technically Trap, can hear and say anything that Yami has access to, right? So, and I'm okay with that. That's just there's no way to change that, and I'm not going to take Yami out. So, yeah, and I think that would lighten the load a lot. There might be a little bit of friction in the beginning because I changed it, but it's gonna make it easier. And then I just to do that and change the loot rules for the peace thing, because yes, I think so. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think it's the guild-friendly way either. But I don't have. I don't see why I need to fight for them right now. Yeah, they are, and they. Yeah, I'm not arguing that it's not selfish. I'm saying that I'm willing to be selfish. Even though it's not for me personally, but like I'm willing to be selfish for the desync side. Because or our boss. I mean, we can always change it later, too, but one of the major reasons that I'm okay with this is because there has been so much unwillingness to cooperate and get better. And that really mismatched what we heard when they joined as well. Yeah, and then but the thing is, like, this is where again I although Halen's like crazy sometimes, like his attitude, like even though he's quite cocky now, like the cockiness is part excitedness. He's like very excited that we're in a competitive guild, and he finally sees all these things you can do in a competitive guild, and now he's like super happy about raising the bar. But like he never had access to this kind of stuff, and he's been telling all of us like he's been. Yeah, he's just like been telling us how like excited he is to do all this like event stuff. Like they're all like the way he talks with his static, and I was there and stuff with some of the people was like oh man, we're like in a castle defense first time. Like we get to plan all these things, and the way he was talking in the lines things, he was like super excited about like the strat. Unfortunately, it became something that we didn't even know about. That was, but initially, he's like really into it. And so like, I thought there'd be more people who are like into it, and he's like, I want people to keep my gear. Like he was saying that too. Like, you never know. He was like saying like you never know what you'll get. Someone point out. So he was just like all for it. Some of the other guys were too, but there's a lot of back and forth for them too. But that mismatches again what Halen's so excited to be more competitive and they want things mandatory. That's not what they said to me. They said they don't want to be. They're scared of our mandatories. They're worried. And that's why I made things less, much less intense.
Hey, just the Goonie guys in general?
Yeah. So there's a police ship that they were saying they were worried about that because they thought we were like the only guys in Wales. It's gonna be so tough to play with you guys and keep up with all this stuff. Like, is it gonna be okay? Like, will we survive? Will we get cut? Like, there's too many mandatory things. Our guys don't really show up. I don't know if we'll like play. No, now it's the opposite. They never said they wanted because they're saying, why are we so lax? How come we don't have this? I'm saying, like, how come we don't have guild, like, mandatory night event to protect the rain? Just, no. So there's a bunch of other people. Apparently, Issa was telling me that some other people have reached out to him because he's keeping a list of all the things that people are reaching out to him about. And he was just like, other people were like, saying the same thing, like, how come the tax event's not mandatory? Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. And then like I talked to that 60-year-old. She's like, she's like, I just want more PvP. I was like, damn. For a 60-year-old, you're kind of crazy. But yeah. She's like, you just tell me when I'll show up, and I'll do my best to show up, but I got stuff to do during the day. Okay. I mean, I don't blame you. He's like grandchildren you're gonna check out or something. I don't know. Yeah. And that's why I didn't agree to adding guild events. I think that's way too much. That you're entering back into Wales and even further than that if we do that. So I'm not okay with that. I'm okay with making tax mandatory. But I'm only making it mandatory because our alliance has asked us to make it mandatory. And It's okay. Like I'm okay with that. That's like it's a Sunday thing, and I don't, I take into account LOAs. Dude, the meeting too today was kind of tilting me. When they made the comment of we should aim for 65 to 70 people online. I was like, what? And then we're the castle holders. We have to show this kind of presence. And then it's like, I think it should be like mandatory for this. Like we can remove people if they're not showing up, or 90%, 90 people. 65 to 70 people online. You want 90, basically 90% attendance. More than that, 95% attendance. And then I was like, dude, before this, you guys have a mandatory thing from, not even mandatory. They just want you to be online from 7 to 8, like 10 or 9 or something like that. That was their block on TLGM. You just like show up from 8 to 10. Is it? Monday to Friday, 8 to 10? Oh, sorry. Monday to Saturday, 8 to 10? It wasn't mandatory. That was the only time you can earn it. And that's all. No, that was like the prime time block. That was all their events would be in between that time. And that's it. There was no mandatory attendance, and it was super chill. So like, I don't know where you come from now. Like, and they're telling us how we're supposed to act in a competitive alliance. That's what I'm saying. That's why Cypher is like so tilted. She just mutes herself because she also, she. Not as bad as Huang's, I found out, but like Huang's thinks quite highly and of himself, of our group and his group, and then Cypher thinks quite highly of herself. And I'm like, I'm out there just saying like, oh man, I just stand on fucking a tower and fucking throw fireballs. I don't think I'm great or anything, but yeah, it's just. They have some kind of misperception now that we have to act now that we're competitive, and they're kind of like telling us how we should be acting, I guess, in a competitive scene. But I'm saying that we can still be casually hardcore and still compete in the competitive scene if we just work together to get better. And there's a definite lacking of skill and gear on the Goonie side. And they joined us to learn. I know, like they said that they joined us to learn. I'm not saying they said that they're joining us to learn, and they're telling us what to do. So it's kind of crazy.
That's my thing. It's like, did we join them or did they join us? Like,
yeah.
I was under the impression that they joined us. We didn't join Goonies. This ain't called Goonies.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true, but we are also the second highest performing right now in our alliance.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'm talking about like activity. I'm talking about numbers showing up to events, and power. Maybe we're second or third, but maybe third.
That's just numbers though. It doesn't really like the quality of our players. I think is still lower than both Exile and Milk.
Well, right now Milk doesn't have enough players, and Control's not showing it. Not showing it. Yeah, they're not. Nothing. They said that they told us nothing's mandatory for them. 2 weeks. Yeah. They want to gear up.
Just honestly, I think that's what we should be doing for you guys.
But they don't see themselves that way. Well, at least the ones that are talking, that, you know, could be the squeakiest wheel thing that Richard's saying, but there's multiple squeaky wheels. Okay, up to 50, or up to 40, whatever of them, and those wheels are saying that we should PvP, we should be out there, you need to do this, like. Everything, just everything in general. They just they're acting like they are already at the caliber of being competitively hardcore.
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance, it's free.
Yeah. And they were worried about how we look when we don't go to night PvP, and I don't understand, because we're actually always out there for night PvP, a lot. And even though they might not think that, like these Goonie guys in our guild don't think that, like Famurai, Ninefall, they were like, yeah, we were advocates of you joining because you guys, we always see you guys PvPing and shit, and we know you guys are good PvPers, and that's why we want you in the alliance. I was like, okay, but that's not what my own guild is saying to me. You know, like,
There's nothing like a job
So-
like the list of contracts, eh?
Pieces of metal.
You can handle
Use your
them.
contract coins here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So yeah, that's all great going out to do night PvP and whatever, but what really people are going to judge us on is, are we winning our GVGs? Are we winning war games?
Yeah. And
Or are we just getting stomped? Like that's what people are going to judge us.
Best of luck.
Hey now, you're not going to get very far.
yeah.
Get over here and get some.
Just because we have numbers in night PvP doesn't mean we're going to win a Riftstone or a Moonstone fight.
And this kind of conversation led to two things. One, we want a real war game with all of us there, so we can start seeing numbers, right?
Do you
Two,
happen to need supply?
they want.
This is the idea.
Huang's was saying like, there's too many people on their side that think they're good, and they're loud about it when they're not good.
There's nothing like a job well done.
And
Want to
he
try
wants to
contract?
interscrim. And I said, if you interscrim,
If you carry the worries of
it's
the
gonna
world,
cause
Are
so
you a
much
traveler?
drama for me.
Or maybe
Yeah, they might be put in their place, but they might leave.
Are you a
I don't
member of
I know. Like,
It's
Yeah.
it's just gonna cause a
There's
further
nothing
divide
like a job
between
well done.
Uni members and OGT sync if you do that.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Your bag is far too light. When you're out adventuring.
Well, I was almost like, I don't want to do this, but I was almost gonna say, let's go fight a really good guild like Bloodline or something and get stomped, and then people will see like
That's what I said.
how far we
That's
are
what-
from where they think we are.
That's what I said because
Are you a
when we
traveler?
lost the back shots, I heard that Issa told me a lot of them thought that it was because of like positioning and
There's no other
strategy
shelter.
and stuff like that. I was like, you run into them. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
actually
that
just getting
that fight
shot.
was
Why are you
fun.
carrying
Like we
so
were getting
much?
shit on. Like I didn't
Yeah.
even. I think I had like 2 kills the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Trust
and this is where like Halen's
anything.
confidence is not doesn't extend to the knowledge of the guild. He was like, we cannot fight those guys. They are in a different class. Yeah, he said that. He might think he is in that class, but he knows as a guild we're not, at least.
It's tough to survive around
Okay.
here, but isn't good
So
enough.
there's some at least awareness there, and then like, you know, people are like, no, like, you know, we could have done it. Like, we could have. No. No, why don't we just go and fucking Wargame Grin then? Huh? You want to see what that's like on a flat field like Talus or something? That's what happens.
We'll get fucking spawn camped.
Yeah, and I'll say like, I'll set it up right now if you think we can win.
Only blew by the Bacant Manor.
And I won't say I told you so, but you'll remember this conversation. Mm.
I'll just ask some adventures.
Like this game is so heavily dependent on the quality of your gear. Like if their gear's not up to par, then they're not going to be able to compete with the stronger guilds.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what Astro was saying, but in our favor when we were back in the day, right? Like, it's when they had the gear advantage, we lose, but when we evened out, we got beaten in our old guilds. Because the quality of a lot of our skilled players was good. Like, even in Wales, like, a lot of our players were pretty good. And I think we could have fought a lot of the good guilds, but when it's like a gear difference when 2 come out, then it's impossible. It doesn't matter how good you are. That guy's gone. That guy. um, So I also listen to the comms too, booty comms and stuff. The comms aren't too bad. Some of them are just silent. But another thing is they don't target it. They didn't know how to do the target there. It's interesting. Yeah, one, that was what I mean by targeting is that they're all hitting different players. Yeah, they're all hitting different players, not call, and even if they do call out a target, and also they call out. Sometimes it's interesting that they're calling out a tank over DPS, and I'm like, is there an indicator there or something? Because I don't see why we're doing this. Yes. Yeah. And then like oh yeah, Asha does. Asha does. Every time Asha does make calls, I feel like I get a game, or I get a bigger part of a game. Then they don't know how to do the targeting thing, the icon thing. That's like they never even heard of that. Like they're not used to shot calling skills. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I've been so tied up with bullshit that I don't even know who plays what. I have like zero idea, even though I've seen the list like a million times. Like I just have so much bullshit to deal with that I haven't even looked at the war stuff. I didn't even know. Like, is this a healer? I didn't know. Is that a thing? Is that real? I have no idea if he's a healer or not. But
I'm pretty sure he uses like a tank or something, right?
someone told me he was healing, and I was like, okay, what the fuck? I was like. Okay, so yeah, like I didn't even know that actually. So like I just don't know anything and I have no chance to actually improve people because they're giving me so much shit that I can't implement anything that's actually helping. I can't even do the fucking threads because I'm too tired to deal with it. Like the gear check threads. Because I'm like too tired after dealing with all the bullshit. Making some guy apologize.
So is all the bullshit done with that?
No. Tomorrow is another big day. One is implementing the new leadership structure, and two, making the Huang Sloop thing happen.
Isn't it just gonna happen? Like I thought the decisions were already made.
Decisions made without talking to anybody else other than me, Cypher, and Huang's. And we just convinced. All we did was Huang's convinced me, and then I let Huang say his piece to Cypher, and Cypher argued back and forth in front of me. I didn't say anything, and then they agreed at the end.
Oh, so that hasn't been brought up with anyone else, like all the other
Yes.
leadership.
Yeah. They're against it. Yeah.
Just specifically? I don't know. It's I'm kind of in the same boat as you now. Like it's not really fair, but yeah. When I kind of remember
stuff, he said, like, if we're helping them and we giving them, like, we're helping them get better as players and helping them gear up with our world boss stuff, but like we end up giving them an art boss item before they get an art boss item when they lack it, when they're putting so much time and effort into getting the knowledge and getting the builds and getting investing in the PvE things, just to give everything over to them before they get it, doesn't seem right. And then additionally to that is like they are still providing equally to all other guild members in conflict events. So they feel like OG Desync is actually doing more or less. You mean like nothing dropped for us? Well, Huang states to be that it's not just because it dropped to him. And he did argue that even if it did drop to them 3 times in a row, like the fact that if OG Desync is contributing 30% of the damage and the boot wounds are contributing 5% of the damage, you'll take that over, 100 arc bosses, because statistically, he believes that he'll get more loot. I know, I'm just saying, And I think Cypher is in agreement with me in terms of the fact that we both don't care, have the energy to care that much anymore. We're pushing from these things. It's hard right now, and I know it's like an important thing though, but what do I do though? Because if I don't do it Huang's way, I think it's going to cause more headache. And then I think about that, then I'm like, in the end, it's a game for me. And then I want to play with my friends. Yeah. And now I understand why he's so upset. Like he didn't want the round system. It's not just him. He says that it's OG desync because he thinks that we shouldn't have to carry them. I can't like I don't know. I can't argue it the way that he did, but like I feel like I touched on most of the points. But maybe he could say it better. But I don't know if you want to hear it from him. But like I actually just don't know what else to do.
I don't really care that much, to be honest.
Yeah, that's where I'm landing. Like it's going to be a bigger headache, and then
Just take the path of least resistance.
because like, how long am I going to play this game? I don't know. I just want to play it the way I can play it as much as I can play it now.
Honestly, it feels like we're getting to the end, probably.
Yeah, I think he was against the round system because of this being too fair to other members who aren't contributing. Hindsight. No, he was against the round system with Goonies. Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of like that Excel was it was confusing, but like I would have none of these problems if someone was managing it, obviously. But yeah, so yeah, it's like more than triple that now. So, but it was, in my opinion, still pretty fair. At least the way it worked with the 20 of us, like if we kept doing it that way for a while, like I would not have objected to it.
It was pretty fair.
To be honest, I liked it. A lot of work, but I liked that system. If I was just a member in there, I would prefer that system. Yeah, definitely doesn't scale well. But I thought it was fair, but now I realize it wasn't just the work that Hawks was against. He was against it being fair to members he doesn't like, or he doesn't think are good.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's not, doesn't take into account like that the OG Sync members are contributing more than the others.
Yeah.
I think what he's saying is that they're benefiting from the OG Sync members getting world boss drops, and then all those drops are available for them to bid on.
Yes, that's Wong's argument against what I was saying. Like, we're not, and what Cypher was more adamant than I was that we're not being friendly to the guild and we're not helping them gear up enough. But then Wong's saying we are, because they're actually accessing more loot than they would have beforehand.
They're getting more loot than if we were not a part of their guild, this guild.
That's what Wong's is saying. Yeah. The amount of gear, the frequency of gear.
The fact that we're pulling like rank 1 or 2 or 3 and getting more drops that way.
Yeah. Plus, yeah. Which they don't have. It's like they don't even have Daigon staffs.
Like we're able to pull enough contribution to get a chance at the higher tier loot to drop for us, is what he's getting at. Whereas if it was just the Goonie members, they're probably not pulling enough numbers to get that chance.
Yes, like I don't know exactly how much they got, but I do know that they're excited with how much loot is coming out. They haven't seen this kind of loot. Yeah. Leak out. I don't think, again, it's not just, it's party, right? It's party contribution. I still think that, like, our party does get a good amount. It either goes to Mishi, Ashra, me. I can see, I don't know right now, but like, 1, 2, 3. We did 3, and those are mostly from guild raids. And this is the first time we've seen so many Goonies, but it's also because of guild raids. I'm on the game, but I'm not. I can't get what I want from it anyways, and then I can't even sell the things I want to sell. Like, is there anything else I need to get for you guys? Like, that I can get for you guys, I mean? Are you looking for a piece? Right, so it's only for Riley then. Fuck it.
He ain't even here. I do notice that Cypher's group get a lot of those.
Cypher?
Yeah, like Xerax gets a lot, and Marima I think gets a lot of drops.
They PvE, they optimize PvE more than we did.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some evidence right there that contribution does matter.
Yeah, I agree with Vons in the fact that it just in the pure fact of us having 60 to 80% of drops. Like us getting OGDs, like I see a lot of the people I know getting the bumps. Yeah. And it's always like that. And I feel that if they're being attentive, they may have picked up on that. I didn't pick up on it because like it's just like what I'm used to seeing. If I saw like and the only one who I have seen that gets drops is actually Hope. So like when it's something that's not used to being seen for me, like then I noticed it, which was Hope. But
Oh my Great Claw, we better hurry.
Chief,
you're gonna be behind.
Yeah. Chief here? No, dead. No, I'm gonna leave right after the chief.
No.
You're dead. I don't know. You guys did one already?
No, I didn't.
Right here, right here. Oh, no, that's not up. They just look big because they seem dead.
Why do people do this? They go and attack different ones.
Also, golems at too low health.
Yeah, this was a really badly done event, to be honest.
The beginning twist. Yeah, the beginning was the you guys helped the most. Like having not having that being the right way is stupid. And it did give an advantage to people who could play like all day.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, what?
we still fuck over the guys who just like work. You guys hit it? Me? Wait, 20 seconds, yeah.
Sure.
I don't even have. I'm also missing like 9% and 8% range. I don't know what that's going to give me total. Not from my bow. Like you don't run a bow, right? I want. I say it's from a bow. Range. One of my bow. The bow gives me 14%. Yeah. And the Carnix did like a similar thing, and the Tubelex had something similar like that. The bows just usually have some kind of range thing. But I did hear that the Invocators with holding the wand out can have pretty fucking good range. Am I wrong? Is that... No, I'm saying that Invocators somehow can achieve check that build right that I. Sent here. Okay, I'm done. That's the max I can do right now.
They're gonna respawn, so.
Whoa. So I see. I see. But are you doing the range crit one? Transcendent? Spectral Overseer 2 Creed, Sacred Repose Garb and Sacred Repose Gloves. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, They could have updated this, or what? Or is this so different? Maybe this is a different one. It looks similar. But anyways, it does have 2-piece either or, and it looks like the range that you achieve on that one is 20 meters. These are... Yeah, there's a fucking crazy range crit build, and obviously it's transcendent because you get range. Like the more range you are, the more crit you do, and that gives you almost 30 meters, 28.89 with a wand, which is fucking crazy. No, I mean, like, a staff wand guy with 30-meter range is fucking scary. Transcendent pieces range equals crit. Good reason, yeah. Like, everything that I see on the other stuff, like the Sacred Repose or Spectral Overseer, those are way harder to get. And Transcendent, one of the oldest pieces. Oh yeah, I can see. See where the PvP again I was looking at. Spectral. Oh, you went. Oh, this is the. You're doing spectral. I see. But you're doing PvP. Me? Yeah. Yeah, I gave up, like, a couple goblins after the chief. No, I don't wanna. I didn't want to. Like, didn't want to.
This feels like New World chest runs, but more disorganized.
And yet, you also are using the Daigon staff, right? The Daigon staff is going to give you PvP damage a lot. If you wanted the PvE one, go the Foci staff. And you can do the ranged crit build with that Foci staff. Bossy staff, I don't know how to pronounce that one. I think you know what I'm talking about. If you switch to the Transcendent, I can see how it's good.
Right behind you. Reach in time. Ah, these fucking people, man.
Because it increases your cooldown speed, which it gives you big cooldown speed. Which is going to be good when you're pulling off rotations, right? So if you're like killing a boss, this is PvP, right? This is only PvP, so Foci staff is better because like you can pull off lots of rotations off in a shorter amount of time, basically, because of cooldown speed, obviously how that works. But then there's the species damage boost, so there's extra big damage. It has a fuck ton of stats, just like the Daigon. So it matches the Daigon stats, and also gives you the damage bonus, which can equal the Daigon one. If you don't do a fire build, you can do if someone's burning with another fire staff like me, and you can, or if you put any flame on it, I think you can do more damage on the lightning spear, which you'll use in your rotation. So plus the crit from range. I heard the Grey Iron staff is pretty good. It's not better than Daigon. I haven't heard. I think it's more unique position. Yeah, so you could technically do the ranged one if you like that one. That 30-meter range is like a great. The 30-meter range one is actually not the Foci staff. The Lulu staff. But that's why if you don't use any Nebula or Arc Boss, you can get 24 meters. And what I'm looking at here is pretty much all cheap. Overture of Eternal Salvation. Are you using that? You don't need that, but you can use it. What you need is Tevin. You can use Deckman's Balefire Scepter as well. So you can have that. I would actually say for PvE that Deckman is yeah, and for PvE Deckman is better because you don't need the weaken chance. No, the Eternal Salvation. Yeah. Oh, okay, but apparently you can use it for the range crit thing. But I'm just saying that damage-wise, you do more with the Deckman thing because you don't need the weakening chance. Yeah. And I what I'm saying also is like the mana one that you're going with, the heavy attack chance one that you're going. It looks like you're going with the Spectral Overseer and the Sacred Repose. Spectral Overseer, Sacred Repose gloves and Sacred Repose boots. This is actually pretty nasty too. Oh, this has the Cloak of Frozen Expanse. Dude, what are you gonna do about that?
Crazy.
So you're using the Crown Skull of Victory? And then like your other set is gonna have the Auric stuff on it? Is that the Templar? Damn, I don't know how you do it, bro. There's so much. Really? Nothing? But that could be both, no? Oh, that's Ancestral Blood Ring, not the Rune Black Amble. Black Amble. Oh, okay, my bad. That's Ancestral Blood, I see. Yeah, that's a very DPS kind of thing.
I think that's it, man. I'm out of here. Okay.
If you haven't done it yet, then you can make a decision here. Still. Yeah, you can still get ranged. I do think still that the two-piece Spectral Repose is better for harder content. Yeah, so if you go the higher the trial, the more effective this will become, in my opinion. Yeah, so the crit one though is gonna kill somebody quickly. Like a certain threshold. So like I don't know what that threshold is. It might be up to tier 3 or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying. And it's gonna help you kill something quickly and have that damage. But like after that, like the diminishing, you can't like pull it off all the time. So then it's like your rotation's really slow.
Nah, dude, I just opened 44 boxes and I get shit.
I gotta open my 2,000 artifact chests. Like, I don't want to do that.
How many do you have?
2,000.
Oh my god. I just went through 500 and it was fucking horrendous.
Yeah. I can't even. I just look at it and now it's something like, you know, like your bank account where you just want to see it go up slowly. To increase my gear score, that's the only incentive I have. Does it? If you do like all 3 stars compared to 2 stars?
I think it does, yeah.
What? Fuck. Fuck.
Well,
I gotta open it.
I don't know if it's the stars or if it's the set pieces. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I definitely have to set these, but fuck. Like, if it's the stars, like I'm gonna ask tomorrow. Then I got it. Then I have to do it. I gotta open it.
It must be because if it increases your stats, like say your evasion or endurance, then it should increase your gear score then, right?
Yo, man, stop saying things for me to open these 2,000 boxes.
I want to see. You gotta stream it. I want to see it. I want to see
go through
you. I want to see the struggle.
There's a way to just delete, transmutate anything that's 2-star, right? When I open them, or do you do manual?
I don't think so. If you find a way, let me know.
Looking at this, Richard, I still think this is the spectral thing. After I re-look at it, the 2 spectral is better. If you want the 1 minute kill, I look at it now. If you want the 1 minute kill, it's the Wednesday. I really want to see if you can pull off the 1 minute kill on a tank and just blow him up in the millisecond. You know, like if you can land, because you gotta land all your stuff without having the chance. But if you do, you know, if you're able to land everything on like a tank with 40k health or 30k health, and you just like delete them in 10 seconds, I would like to see that, and I would like to see that guy's reaction. I'm buffing up. I'm so fucking strong. My health is huge. I got a barrier. My healer's healing me, pocketing me. I'm a tank. I'm dead. For me, it's like, why am I not moving? Oh, I'm dead.
Raptors.
Yeah, I got prone and I'm dead.
I don't know what's worse, that or just dying from a random meteor.
I'm sorry. That's...
Anyway, you were saying?
I was saying that, like, playing a healer is a million times harder than playing a liberator. Yeah, just like millions of times harder. Because, like, I don't know how people keep me alive. Like, so much shit's happening. So much shit's happening. And, like, Ryan's dying, I'm dying, Meme's dying. Like, I'm getting prone, but like Ryan's getting yanked, and like somehow a barrier is going on me, so I don't die, and then like the triple heal on Ryan.
No, you know what's happening. You're alive and I'm dead. That's what's happening.
And I just like can't even believe that you could find me and heal me.
I think.
For me, it's, yeah. Go
I
ahead.
think because I have to run in there and melee people, maybe she has a tough time finding me to heal me. It's easier because you're just in the back, right?
In a tree in the back. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also line of sighting a lot. You guys a lot too. But for me, it's I like I only have two things going in my head when I'm playing PvP. It's like, where's the best place to stand and stand still, and second is like, which guy can I kill with the lowest health? That's it. So like, okay, I found my spot. Who's the lowest health? I found my spot. Who's the lowest health? I'm getting to my spot. Who has the lowest health? And then I click that guy, and it's like, okay, he's a tank, so not yet. Not yet. Okay, this guy is like a DPS. Okay, I shoot like one. I usually test with like lightning, and it's like miss or low damage or something invaded or whatever. Then I'm like, okay, this fucking invasion bitch, switch. And then like I hit this other guy with like my second lightning, and it does like 2,000 damage. I'm like, okay, I throw my fireball and he's dead. And then that's my life. And then I'm like yelling out, I'm prone. Help me.
It's actually Wolpertingers who are seeing.
If you want to use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're in the resistance, it's free.
One Dagon snap just seems.
Hey now, you're not going to get very far with shotty.
At the same time, this Delulu snap thing is fucking nuts.
Leave it here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your stuff and enjoy your.
Yeah. What's the highest range I can do? But, yeah.
Yep. I didn't get anything.
Oh, this is my max range. I'm already at my max range. I just want to take off a piece out of the sun, so I guess whatever. But the max range I can actually hit is 30.1.
Welcome. What are you going to store today? Have a nice day.
What do I need? Why can't I just do this now? Oh, I need to change my.
Around here if your equipment isn't good enough.
Need to change my.
Brother, why are you
Are you a traveler?
Fuck.
leave some of it here?
Hey now, you're not going to get very far with shotty.
If you carry the worries of the world,
Uh-oh. Your bag is
She
far
ate for
too
breakfast
light
tomorrow.
your items with me and be free.
when you're out adventuring.
Hi!
Can't do
Has
anything
anyone
about that.
seen Morin? Morin the dye dealer?
Brother! Why are you carrying so
Are you a traveler? Or maybe an adventurer? Either way, you should be well prepared. There's no other shelter around here.
10% increase in
You
range
haven't met him
by
either.
putting my right gloves on,
Here's another
which is going to give me
You know, wind chimes used to be pretty popular. They're simple, made by hand by the villagers.
almost
Key to
28
find one
meters.
dye merchant.
Should do that, I guess. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
Marin is the only one who sells paper dye. Sure, he's just
All the
busy.
The
different
sound
trees
of
I
a
can
wind
go on.
chime keeps away bad luck.
Be faster to pick my own paper flowers than waste more time searching.
Here we go again.
If you carry the worries of the world,
Paper flowers only bloom by the Burkant
Leave some of your
Manor.
items with me
Are
and be
you
free.
sure you can get in there?
Sure. I'll just ask some adventurers then.
There's a possibility I go on a trip end of May.
Do you even know when the flowers bloom?
Are you a traveler?
End of May.
Well, I'll know if I just wait long enough.
Don't know yet. Just giving you guys a heads up.
If it were
It'd
that
be for 2
easy,
weeks.
why would everyone be looking for
not.
Marin?
Brother!
Just
That long.
take it.
Are you a traveler? Or maybe
Minimum 2 weeks.
either way, you should be
For sure. For sure. I need to
If
do
you
some
carry-
work and I need to see my sister. So
Welcome! What?
I'll be in Europe.
Have a nice day!
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Your bag
Come on.
is far too light. You should take more with you when you're out adventuring.
Never been. She's 8 years. I've never been. I don't know. No, I've never visited my
Thanks to the
sister.
resistance, it's safe enough for us
She's
to
lived
work
in Milan for 8 years.
here. Isn't the resistance really great?
You know, you'll be back just in time for
There's
Dune
a lot
Awakening.
of quality stuff, right? I put a lot of thought into what I sell.
15th?
Yeah. Well, it comes out on the 10th.
Okay.
Come again?
Beta?
It's only on for 3 days, so I don't know if it's
Why
worth
are you
playing
carrying
it.
so much stuff? Leave some of it here.
Yo, man. Well, as long as one of us gets in, that's all that matters. So we know how to,
Human
or,
objects
like, I know
are
how to
very
formulate the best
interesting.
fucking plan to get rich quick. Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you not remember me and Zhao figuring out for New World where you have to get that certain flower by the river?
What flower?
In New World. No, not the brambles. The brambles was like in the to sell, right? I'm talking about, like, you know where the fishermen on the wharf. Yeah, it was like an herb that you need for the main story quest, but it was only a few of them spawned. I can't remember, but I remember it was like a choke point for people, and they needed it, and I could sell it.
Far too light. You should
We were
take
doing
more
the
with
main
you.
story
Are you
quest
a
in the
member
beta,
of the
and that,
guild?
like, you needed it, you could sell it. So I said, when we get back here, we just rush to this place, and grab the thing, and we can sell it. That's what we gotta do for Dune Awakening, okay?
Welcome! What?
It is.
It's kind of a
It's tough to
survival
survive around here.
slash
Their equipment
MMO.
isn't good enough.
Brother! Why are you
Uh-oh. Your bag is far too
some of
light.
it here?
Interested to see how this market works. And how, like, high crafting skill, this is where, like, the PvE comes in. a lot. Like the high crafting skills. I guess it's kind of like New World. In some way, you can craft things that other people can't craft. That you can sell. That's available on your server, but not necessarily on somebody else's server.
Black Anvil Forge? Quite a list of...
What's this for?
Shall I show you?
All set? Best of luck out there. There's nothing like a job well done. Want to try quite
Shall
a
I
list
show
of
you my
contracts,
wares?
eh?
Just
You
doing
can
the great
handle
fall
them.
ones, but I'm super lazy. Yeah, I go. So I time it. I go at night. I pop my soul in food, and I run in a big circle, and all of them are melee at night. So they just chase me around, and then I fucking meteor myself or a flash wave. And then I actually watch something and just go in a circle.
Are you a traveler? Or maybe an adventurer?
If you carry the worries of the world on your shoulders, you'll eventually...
As soon as like 2 contracts are done, I go back to the village, I pick up another 2, and then go back, and then keep going in a circle and killing everything, and then do the same thing. And I only pick up the ones that you have to kill stuff.
It's tough to survive around here if your equipment isn't good enough. Come here and let me inspect it for you.
An earthquake?
Stay sharp. The giant Cordy is on the way.
Follow it here. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Yeah.
Oh. Should have made a complaint about this guy. This guy with the Japanese characters hasn't been on in 14 days. I'm gonna put it into the feedback channel. This guy hasn't been on in 14 days. What the fuck? He needs to be kicked. He left his character with the stupid Battle Weaver weapon combination. He's back on the smooth side.
Could it be that the giant Cordy caused the mushroom mutations? If the giant Cordy is the cause of all of them, it might have more mutated
Long enough,
than
I'll probably
other
go to bed.
monsters.
The Bell Tower Village needs to be investigated.
I actually was gonna go play Tarkov, but HK was started talking about the guild stuff. Well, but then he said people wanted to play Repo. That's why I was gonna. I launched it. I thought I was gonna ask him when he started talking about guild stuff. Maybe at some point tomorrow. Or at least. Anyway, I'm gonna go down and grab a drink. Are you coming?
I will give out triple receipts.
Okay, we're done tripling receipts.
You've collected them already. Very impressive.
The Crimson Mansion is a known source of mutated monsters. It needs to be researched thoroughly.
A cluster of lights. A giant Cordy is about to appear. Quick! Defeat the mutant mushrooms before they can spread!
I'm going to the logging site to pursue my research.
From now on, I'll give you triple receipts for mutant cores. Hurry.
That's it. No more triple receipts.
Here are the participants who have brought the most mutant cores so far. Thanks to them, we should be able to meet our quota.
There's something wrong with this mountain range. We'll have to look into it.
We're leaving this area now. If you can't bring the mutant cores to me, just put them in the delivery chest. I will activate the mutant core delivery chest at a hut across from the Crimson Mansion.
Oh, strange lights. A giant Cordy must be close.